Okay, so next thing I'm going to do, I've done the back foot too. I went and I put this on. I lowered my poly count, and it took me a little while to fiddle around and get that. Something else I like to take care of is the eye. I'm just going to go in here and I'll quickly create a polygon sphere. I want the sphere over here in the center of the eye, so I'm just going to hold down V and middle click. There, and we'll just quickly make it smaller. Okay, it looks like I didn't get it in the right spot exactly, but that's okay. We'll just figure it out really quick. Okay, something like this. And I'll make it a bit bigger. Okay, so let's go in and I'm just going to rotate this thing, holding down J, just pointing straight out the side like this. Okay, and I might decide, let's see if I take a look at my poly count here. Look at this, look at that. I could probably reduce this a little bit. I always kind of reduce it down to say 16. And 16 in the height, and usually it's a little bit less here, or if it's 16 in the axis, usually like 12 in the height, just to try to make everything squarish. That makes me happy. And I could do some work on this and get rid of the little point here that I'm going to get. But let's start with this. I'm going to make an eyelid. Okay, actually I'm just going to see if I should be looking at reference. I'm just kind of quickly winging this there. Okay, and I'm just going to get rid of the history and freeze the transformations. And to make the eyelid on this, if I just take this sphere, made a duplicate, okay, and I'm going to grab my rotate tool, I'm going to hold down J and snap it over so it's rotated 90 degrees like this. Wonderful! Here, I'm just going to isolate this for a second, and I'm going to go in, I'm going to grab all these faces along the bottom end here. Oops. Delete. Delete. Clean it up. Okay, great. And then, if I grab this thing, and if I just give it a quick little extrude, pull it out a bit, here's your eyelid. I might have decided I wanted more on here. Actually, I'm just thinking I probably could have used more in the axis on this way, but whatever. Should be good enough. And I might just grab the rotate tool, and I'm just going to lift up his eyelid a little bit. Great. I'm going to model it so it's kind of out like this, and so it's partially closed, and it's easier to kind of make it come back if I want to. I'm just going to go in and insert an edge loop. That makes that into a happy quad. And if I switch to vertices here, and I just go to modify, transformation tools, move normal tool, put that on my shelf, and I just pull it out a bit. Yay! I got happy quads! Okay, and I've got some kind of eyelid-y shape. Now, let's just bring this back, and I think these things should line up quite nicely. Actually, it looks like I might have too many polys here. Well, we'll see what happens. I'm just kind of looking and eyeballing how these are going to fit together. And, yeah, it looks pretty good, but, okay, I'm just going to take these two shapes, and I wonder if I can get away with this. That looks kind of funky there. Going to grab that vertice. I think that might cause me problems. So I'm just going to grab the vertice, which I just grab by its end and stick it in there. Anything else over here? That looks okay. And I could smash them in logically or whatever, but I think I might just grab this, and if I go up and I delete the history, and then I go mesh booleans union, and they're together. Yeah. And I might just isolate them from the eyeball for now. And then I got to do some cleanup. Okay, this is going to suck. I look in, and I'm just going to grab my favorite tool here to start playing with is the Merge Vertex tool. And you can kind of quickly use Merge Vertex and weld these things together. Okay, you could use Collapse Edge. Actually, I just realized how small my little lizard is. And I could use delete edge as well, but here I suddenly go into silent mode because I'm concentrating. It's like playing a little video game. Whoop. Okay. And all you do when you're using this tool is just drag. Click on it and drag, and boom. Oh, bastard! I missed. Actually, what if I take this one and pop it there? Like again, like I said, I could do a lot of other ways to clean this up, but for some reason, this always seems fun. And what have I got here? Just a bunch of crud. Boop. Okay, and I think I'm just about at my spot where I'm going to stop for a little bit, and these two need to weld together. And poop. Sometimes I think this stuff is really boring to watch because it's just a lot of tedious, quickly cleaning up. Boop. And I should be checking the other side of my mesh to make sure I haven't done anything bad. Yeah, it looks funny. There's a few little vertices all in the same spot. There. And what else have I got? Let's just take a look. That's starting to clean up pretty good. Sometimes after I've done something like this, a quick way of telling if you've done something bad or good is to put on that proxy. So if I go and I put the proxy on, and my proxy settings aren't set up, undo. So if I go here to proxy, boop, and let's see, I usually like to put the division level to 2. Turn off the geometry borders. Put it on to half, -X, and put it on keep. And when I hit, so you can see all that all at once, when I hit smooth, boop, pops it to the other side, and I can turn off the wireframe. And you can kind of quickly see where it's funky and not. And I can get my nice little eyelid in here, great. And let's see, I can see that I have, right here for instance, 2 triangles. If I take this one, I spin it, doop, doop. There. Take that one and delete it. I have quads. And let's see, this doesn't look that happy right here. If I get my split polygon tool, you're actually wondering, just hold on a second, why did I put on the proxy if I'm just going in and spinning things around? If I go over to the proxy here, whenever you click on it, you can see where it's funky. A little bit there, it's funky there, there's some funkiness here. And there's a bunch on the inside, so you can tell I've got to still clean up all that, so I'll work my way back in there in a second. Okay, so I got N-gon here. Actually, let's see what I can do. If I go in, I'm just going to try to weld vertices together really quick. Merge to center. And if I take, let's say, these two, you always got to be careful of how many you select when you do this. G. Oh. There's happy quads. There's a quad here, and then this is a big N-gon-y shape, and I'm just trying to figure out what would be the best way to get rid of this. Actually, what might be kind of interesting on this one is if I took this and I said edge ring, split. Okay, great. And if this thing does this over here, that just means you have to reassign your Lambert, boop, and then everything's happy times. But now if I go in and I get my split polygon tool, that seems to match up nicely, and maybe this little line here. I can either back my way up over here. Actually, you know what? I am going to back my way up. I'm just going to take this edge, and I'm just going to quickly delete those. And then I've got this thing here to deal with. If I went and I took this and did the same thing, boop, and I got an N-gon and I got a triangle. take this thing out of here. Get my split tool. Boop. There. Okay, and that is a quad. It's just not a very nice quad, so if you don't have a nice quad, I'll just get my sculpt geometry tool with relax on, and there. So that's a little bit better. And I have to keep wondering if I want to try to do that here. I almost think here I could spin. I don't like how this is stretching in here, so if I spin there, and then I were to grab that tool again over here and just do a little bit of work there. Okay, and take a look. What does that look like over here? That's looking like, I bet you any money. I click on it, that's getting cleaner. And then there's some noisy crap in here. What time is this video on here? 11 minutes. I'm going to keep going until I'm done. Move this down over here. Okay, and so I got this edge in here I don't like. This stuff on the inside, no one's ever going to see it. So sometimes it's a good idea to just I probably almost could get away with not doing much of this. I'm just going to take these two and collapse, and by collapsing I bring this one over here, and I'm just going to get that one to collapse, collapse, collapse. And as I work my way on the inside here, and all I'm doing is just collapsing the hell out of this area back here. And again, I don't think anyone's ever going to see this. Watch this come back and haunt me. And I just keep hitting G, find the spot, and hit G. Whoop. Ah, you bastard. Didn't want to do that one. Actually, let's just undo that. Okay. Just gonna check that. Is there anything weird in there? It looks like I've got some weirdness here. We'll see in a second. I'll come back from the other direction. Actually, what if I take this thing out of here? I split my way from here to here. I think when I was doing all that collapsing, I might have got lost. I think I could use another coffee while I'm doing this. What have I got here? What if I just grab some of these faces right here? There's a couple faces right in this area. Or even if I grab, say, the vertices right here, let's just hit F. Zoom out a little bit, make sure we got just those vertices, and maybe if I average them, they're just going to average out a little bit so I can see what the hell's going on with them. I still got my eyelid intact. And here, let's just delete that one out. That cleans up some vertices. Actually, if I take this one, and this one, and I delete the edge, beep, that's nice and clean. And this one will just collapse. Okay, and I've got an end gun here. Which way do I want to go? If I do this, that becomes a happy quad. Happy quads. It's still kind of a little bit of a messy quad. I might do something funky like that. and merge the center. And I just keep merging. I'm getting really quiet. Actually, this stuff, it sucks to actually sit down and do this. It can take forever. Let's just take this edge. I'm going to spin it around. There we go. Those are all happy quads. This thing here is a quad, but it's not completely happy, so I'm going to spin it and see what I get out of it. And actually, I think it's just revealed that there is a triangle and an n-gon. So this thing here, if I delete that, and then I re-split it a little bit differently, like this. There. And let's go, and this isn't the cleanest geometry, but it looks like it's working. Let's go over here. See, it's a little bit funky. Actually, there's something right there. It's problematic. So if I go back over here, what the hell is it? Is there a vertice sitting in the middle someplace? Some kind of weird dimple. I think it's right there. I, for some reason, think that looks funny. I'm just going to go in and hit merge. And no. Sometimes when you hit merge, if they're right on top of each other, it'll get them. Here, let's do the other thing too. If I go vertex face, yes, there's something funny in there. With the vertex face, you can see what's going on right there. So, let's just go zipping in here. And I'm going to go to the vertices, and if I grab this one and I hit if, so I'm focused on it, and I zoom out a little bit, you can see that something is folding in on it right there. If I just go and merge, boop, those two, that got rid of it. And I'll just go over here and take a look at this, and that looks cleaner. That funny thing is there. There's still a little bit of funny things here and there, but overall that's super, super clean. And if I see all the weird hard edges on this thing, if I just take it and I go and hit normals, soften edge, boop, there. And so now I've got an eyelid modeled into this. It took me a little while to clean it up, but it fits my eye perfectly. And I'm just going to go over here normals and soften these edges out of my eyeball too. And while I'm on it, why not just fix this really quick? Depending on how I want to do this, if I go in and I take this, and I go and I grab the split polygon tool, there. Actually, I should get rid of those other edges too. There. And split polygon. And there you go. Okay, and I could spend a bit of time cleaning that up as well, averaging it out and doing stuff like that to it, but it's good enough. And if I hit 3, you'll see it smooths out relatively well. Okay, and let's kill the history on that. Make sure I save this. Oh crap. And I forgot, I was going to put in the other eyelid on the bottom too. The lower eyelid though doesn't really move up so much, so I think I'm going to leave that for now. Yeah, you've seen me do this, you don't need to see me do that again. That's just tedious. I'm going to stop this video now.